Welcome back, family. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. My returning subscribers, new ones, those who are passing by, thank you. This video, as you can see from the thumbnail, it is about agriculture. This is a topic that is very, very dear to my heart. Every human being, food is our petrol. Without food, we cannot survive. And especially in Africa, that we have a lot of youth, a lot of young ones to feed. We need to work hard on our Greek sector, help them with especially fertilizer. It is a shame that a country that is at war will be supplying us fertilizers, corn. What are we thinking? What are these leaders thinking? Sometimes I don't understand us. Well, this is about Burkina Faso. And when I mention Burkina Faso, you have to know there are three amigos, clever men. Once Burkina Faso is doing one thing, you know the others are also doing it already. So this is Burkina Faso's one fertilizer factory. Take this morning, one of our family left a message that the trolley, the bean cars that they brought, they should be using something for fertilizer. I said, yeah. I know they are doing it. This is another factory. They have about 3 factories in Burkina Faso. This one is government owned. Government owned means it will be perfect. It's not made for profit and it will be reliable. And that's what they want to do. Please listen to this and I'll be back. I must admit, this is about 30 something minutes video. I'm making sure I just take some key points. So we watch it together. God bless you all.
In this issue of AgriUne, we welcome Dr. Jean Ouedraogo as our guest. Dr. Ouedraogo is a research fellow in agronomy at the Institute of Environment and Agricultural Research, a graduate of the Nazi Bani University with over 10 years' experience in the implementation and supervision of agricultural development projects and research. He also has in-depth knowledge of fertilizers and fertilizer research techniques. This partly explains why he is now managing director of Société d'Exploitation des Phosphates du Burkina, a company which also has a fertilizer blending plant based in Coupéa. Mr. General Manager. Since around 4 o'clock, Dieudonné and his family have been busy weeding their sorghum field. The day before, it rained here in Conlastinga. It was one of the heaviest rains in this village in the commune of Putinga since the start of the wet 2024-2025 campaign. As soon as the first rains came, we started sowing, but the rains stopped. It was only later that we started sowing again, and the plants grew well. If the rain continues like this, we'll have a good harvest. In addition to favorable conditions, a new opportunity has arisen.
Yes, a new opportunity has risen. Before they interviewed the manager, they went to farms and interviewed the people, the farmers, and they said they had a bad weather because of the heavy rain. If you remember, there was a bridge that was broken and they have to repair it. Yes. So there was a heavy rain that destroyed a lot of things. But now they have hope. The weather has changed. The good news is fertilizer that they used to buy for 23,000 or, yeah, I think he mentioned 1,000, is now 12,000. So less than half price. That's what they are paying. Secondly, this fertilizer is better than the one that they were buying before, the imported one, which is great. But according to the director, before they used to buy it and they subsidize it for them. And sometimes it's not perfect because of the climate and because of their soil as well. But now they have tailored their own that will match their soil. I said, good. Like you hear, he works for agriculture. He's a scientist for 10 years. So they are proud of him. And the government has handed over all this into his. Let's listen more.
While Maddie searches for fertilizer a few kilometers away in the town of Coupéa, the plant of Serbia, the Burkina Phosphate Company, is running at full capacity. The aim is to make English available in quantity and quality to farmers. When the chain starts up, it produces all types of fertilizer according to demand. In the available stock, We note mainly NPK 142314 and NPK 151515 in triple 15. When you see NPK 1515 written on a bag, it means that on a 100 kilograms bag, you have 15% nitrogen, 15% phosphorus and 15% potassium. And the rest? We use that as the inert material and hear more. At the Kupea fertilizer plant, we're currently using dolomite, the same process for the 142314. The 14 is for the nitrogen that's there, the 23 is for the phosphorus that's there, and the 14 is for the potassium that's there, and the rest is compensated by dodomite. The triple 15. It consumes a lot of nitrogen compared with 142314, which consumes a lot of phosphorus. This plant of Société d'Exploitation des Phosphates du Burkina has been operational since August 2023, i.e. 1 year of production. In the current wet season, the company has delivered over 6,000 tons of English, far short of its annual production capacity of 100,000 tons. You have just followed our team's journey through the Kirintinga and Gazirga provinces, and we are talking about the availability and accessibility of fertilizer for this wet season. As an agronomist, you help and advise agricultural producers. First question, what do these news items from the field already inspire you to do? Yes, so I've just listened to what everyone has had to say. First of all, I'd like to thank the government for its efforts this year to make English inputs and seeds available to farmers very early on. So you've listened to some of the testimonials, which show that
yes, they are good and the people need more. This is what we want in Africa. I think I said that before. There are women like widows, women, displaced women who also have their own, it's like a mini factory outside one that they are also producing fertilizer. I mean, they are working hard. So yeah, together with this big factory, according to him, I don't know whether I cut that off or not, but according to him, the government has given them some money and they're going to expand. Great. According to him, even now they are making profit, so they can also expand. They can add it to the what they have and expand. What they are doing is bring the cost down, sell it half price if possible or less than half price, and encourage the farmers to go to the farm with peace of mind, knowing that they are there to support them. They are giving them seed as well. Also, the government is subsidizing it for them so they will have peace of mind. Please let's listen to more. I'll be back.
Quality at an affordable price, so that producers who haven't had access to government subsidies can receive them at a reasonable cost to compensate for this state of affairs. So that's a very nice transition to continue with today in Burkina Faso. We can't talk about English production without mentioning your blending plant in Kupea. If we have to present it, then what do we have to hold? We can only remember to cut there. Precisely in Ba Sun PC is installed on an area of 23 hectares of fertilizer production units. 7B. It's a very high capacity, modern unit with a nominal capacity of 90 bph. Easily scalable to produce any type of fertilizer on demand, and since August 2023, you've been producing fertilizer. Tell us about it. What's so special about your production compared with what we've always been used to on the market since we started up? State-owned company? Of course, we were set up by the highest authorities to support the rural world, so we took product quality as our first priority. So every year the quality of our products is criticized. Every year, the growers' market finds that fertilizers of dubious quality are being delivered, and we've taken this as the first step in distinguishing our products from other fertilizers on the market. By doing what? We have a quality control system that begins with the acquisition of raw materials. So it's really about the actual content? In terms of raw material. And when we finish formulating, we have a first control system, we analyze the finished products. To make sure we've really produced the right fertilizer once this stage is over. Now comes the stage of certification by the Rope A Dope. So there's the national body responsible for certifying fertilizer quality. We use dolomite as an inert material. It's important to remember that most of Burkina Faso's soils are acidic. Our fertilizers already provide nutrients in the proportions indicated on the bags. So the inert matter corrects the acidity and therefore improves the efficiency of these fertilizers. In fact, last year, we tested them, and of course, at INRAE, we benefited from the very first bags from the factory that we tested on maize and rice. And indeed, even the 142314 market classic didn't measure up, so at 142314 for debate, the Capella plant there was a difference to go far on this point. For a long time, farmers in Burkina Faso used imported fertilizer. Today, of course, the question is, what do we gain by opting for English product to be cut there? So we win on several levels by using our fertilizer. A first level, as I've just said, an agronomic level. An English fertilizer that already corrects soil acidity through the associated dolomite, and a fertilizer whose price remains lower than that of fertilizer sold on the market. So there are savings, perfect when you opt for 7B fertilizers and once you opt for the cut-to-length fertilizer. Now, what other conditions must be met to obtain this English certificate? According to our regulations, 7B is classified as a manufacturer-importer. And at this level, in this capacity, we have to do business with distributors, which are therefore approved. Let's just say that at factory level, we don't sell in detail. But as we use a network of authorized distributors, when people contact us with these types of needs, which we qualify as details, we quickly direct them to the nearest authorized distributor so that they can have access to these products.
Families, what do you think? It is win-win situation. For me, I'm happy that they know what they are putting in their soil first. To the exchange rate that is high, they will not be exchanging money to give to Ukraine for Ukraine to come back and attack them, because it's Ukraine that most African countries get their fertilizers from, and they will not be buying corn from there as well, because once you sack them, they will not supply you all those things. So they have their backward patch before. Thirdly, what goes into the soil, they know, because we know Monsanto is around. Anything that comes to Africa always is not the quality. It's not the quality one. They can just dump in it on them after all the Africans. What do they know? So now they can test everything, the quality, everything. They are not working for profit, they are working for the people. According to the director, they are not about profit, but if they make profit, they will use it to expand. Great. There was a question asked about how can people get it, because it's 10 tons. You have to buy it in tons, and the minimum is 10. Some of the people they interviewed, they said they cannot afford to buy 10 and sell it. So it means the big distributors that have money, it's only them. So it's limited to certain areas. So they have to go and buy from these people, and then the price will go high. So they are thinking of the quantity. Instead of 10, they will make it 5 tons, so they can also buy it. Another thing that they have in mind that normally bring a lot of people to turn against things like this is people, this is people's business, that they will go and buy it from wherever country they get the fertilizer, import it and sell it. So now that you are producing in a country and the price is less than half, they will not come to them. And then they can form an alliance against the factory or do something. So what they are going to do is the orders that they have already placed, they will allow them to sell it. When it's finished, they have to come to them and buy it. Yes, they have planned everything. Ibrahim told us not long ago, last year, that was his plan. He want to cut down importation. So they will give them job here. You will not import it. You will not exchange money. You can come to the factory and buy it and go and sell it. Those who cannot buy 10 tons, 5 tons, they will direct them to them and they will buy. So their business is still there. The only difference is this is home one. The quality is good. They will be happy as well. No more exchange rate. Thank goodness. So yes, they have covered everything. Like I said, the video is long. I have to make it short. And that's why I'm telling you all this. We thank God for that. May God give them strength to keep going, to keep setting an example. The future is bright. It is bright. Thank you, my families. I will leave you here. My returning subscribers, those who are passing by, super chatters, thank you so much. I do not thank you enough. Thank you for super chatting me, because it means you like what I'm doing. I know it's not because of the money, but you want to tell me you love what I'm doing. And I'm so, so grateful. I'm grateful for that. Thank you. Like the video is also a support, and share it if possible. Thank you. God bless you all. If anything positive come my way, I'll be here to share it with you. My families, I love you all. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye bye.